Hi, it's Deadshot with another 3-minute camera review, and today we're looking at the Ricoh TLS 401. The TLS 401 was released in 1970, and it is quite the different camera, especially for the time in 1970, and it's got some pretty unique features. This camera has an M42 screw mount, pretty common in the time for 1970. What makes this camera so unique is it has two different types of finders built into it. On the front is the shutter speed dial and the ISO dial. You'd lift and pull to set the ISO, and you just rotate it to set your shutter speed. Just below the shutter speed dial is a self-timer. The on switch is on the other side of the camera, which also activates stop-down metering. The film counter is in the front of the camera, and there is an indicator that turns green when the shutter is cocked. At the top on the other side of the camera is a film type reminder. On the back is a switch to change from spot metering to average metering. To open the film back, you pull the rewind knob up. And we find another thing that's a little unique about this camera. The film gate's about 1 millimeter shorter and 1 millimeter narrower than your average 24 by 36 millimeter camera. However, even in 1970, this camera was equipped with a vertical run shutter. On the bottom is the battery cap, and this camera uses a PX625 battery, which isn't very common today, but can be found. Okay, the reason you're here, let's cover the viewfinder. On the right side of the top of the camera, you'll find a rotating switch that goes from your eye level finder to your waist level finder. And let's take a look inside the finder. A center the needle meter finder is found in the lower right corner, which is easy to use, along with a micro prism focusing collar. Rotating this switch from eye level to waist level blocks off the rear finder. However, there's a finder at the top which gives you the exact same view, including the light meter in the lower corner, which is quite nice. The waist level finder is fairly bright and clear. However, you do have to lift it up to your eye to be able to focus, and it's a little bit too small to hold at your waist level anyway. This camera was quite enjoyable to use. It works well. It's durable, it's made of metal, it feels like a solid camera, and it's quite unique for some of the features this camera had, especially in 1970. Here are some pictures I've taken with the Ricoh TLS 401.